get out. So the track, they said, has shifted now 10 miles south. Big deal. What you should be concerned about is, listen to the official, listen to the professionals. I'm not a professional. But if you're within if you're within 10 miles of the eye wall, okay, you got to get out. And now they're saying that it's probably going to hit at high tide. Okay. So now you have a situation that it's going to come in at night. It's going to come in at high tide. You're going to have massive flooding. Massive flooding. If you're in a mobile home, okay, let me rephrase that. My father still lives in a mobile home, but he is in western Broward County, and when Wilma came through, many mobile homes were completely destroyed. And what did that look like? That looks like it's not there anymore. The wind, I wish I had the pictures. The wind, the community had a big lake, and the community was around the lake. And there was many mobile homes in the lake, okay? Some were wrapped around a tree. It looked like, I went to my dad's house because he had evacuated. He came to my house, and it looked like one of the mobile homes came down the street and was wrapped around the tree. It looked like someone just poured an ice cream cone, right? And it wrapped up straight up. I'm not kidding. But they're still talking 10 to 15 foot storm surge, which means you have to go. You have to go. Whether it's a 4, a 3, if you're within the eye wall, if the eye wall is going to pass directly over you, within a few miles of you, that's where the strongest winds are. And it's like a gigantic tornado. Okay? There are some people who don't want to leave their home. They go, I'm going down with the ship. But you have to get out. I'm on the Siesta Key Facebook page, and there are people imploring people to leave. Because if it is 10 miles south of Tampa, Sarasota, Siesta Key are in the crosshairs. And unfortunately, those places will be, if it does hit Sarasota, Siesta Key head on, those places will not be there anymore. Remember when Siesta Key was just damaged and they had to build the bridge quickly to get to people? Well, this could happen again, and you're going to be cut off. From what I'm seeing on from what I'm hearing on the radio, fire and police are evacuating. There's going to be nobody available to come to get you. Okay? The phones could be dead. You may not have any cell service. You have to think of that. If the bridge is damaged, hopefully, if they have a new bridge, maybe it's built a little bit stronger and it can withstand this. But you're going to have, you got to get out. Sarasota, you don't have much. We're talking about 11 o'clock tonight. Okay? It's not rocket science. Put some of your valuables in your car, and then, sorry about that. Hello. My coverage is in and out, so it's hard for me to live stream sometimes. But Sarasota, and I think one of the reasons why they were saying that it shifted a little, the landfall has been shifting a little south. I mean, it's getting closer, but one of the models out of like the 9 or 10 spaghetti models, there's like 1 or 2 that have shifted farther south, so it brings the whole thing down a little bit south. But regardless, if you're within 50 miles of where it's going to make landfall, so to give you a example, I lived in Fort Lauderdale at the time that Andrew came in Category 5, and it made landfall in South Miami, and I had to have been 100 miles from where it made landfall, and my area was a wreck. Trees, power outages. We had no power. So don't let that fool you. Just because they say, hey, it may not be Tampa, it might be 10 miles south, it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Right? They're saying this thing is going to hit around 11 o'clock tonight during high tide. That is even worse. That's even worse, because high tide on top of the storm surge, so it's going to be higher. It's going to be a massive storm surge. And you're just like before. You're going to have sand come in. It's going to block over the roads. And then I think in the future, there's going to be a broader. There's going to have to be a conversation had, and this conversation is going to have to be frank. And unfortunately, we have people who are elected officials, the ones that are harping and preaching to us about climate change, right? The power of the hurricanes, the storm surge, the this, the that, right? All this stuff. Why are these same officials approving more development, homes, etc.? Why are they approving more development along the coast? You ever ask them that? Why? I mean, you look at the homes on Siesta Key. They're on a island that, if the sea were to rise a foot, they would be flooded. But every time a developer rolls in and says, hey, I'm going to build here, and you're going to get millions of dollars in property tax, they're building. They're quick to get the approvals. Right? All right, I'm rolling in, but I'm going to set up a live cam on my front porch so you guys can see what's going on, see what the conditions are in Fort Lauderdale. All right, I'll talk to you all later. I'll be back.